We previously discussed on this channel how there is international pressure in order to get Japan to censor its stories, to censor its folklore, to censor its manga. And I pointed this out the moment that I saw the Vice article, which was trying to equate the entire manga industry to pedophilia. And that article was filled with misinformation. It had its comments given disability, so people can't correct the misinformation. And it was also banned in the region of Japan, so that Japanese people can't see or interact with it. And then it got a Pulitzer nomination. And this told me that something is up. And when you look on Twitter, you will see a lot of astroturfing with people trying to equate anime with pedophilia. It's the same tactic that they use with video games when they said that video games are racist and sexist. So that if you're a gamer, you are racist and sexist and you should distance yourself from that. They are trying the similar tactic with anime now, and they are trying to suggest that if you like anime, you're into pedophilia. And they're not talking about lolly or anything. No, they're talking about, like, if you like My Hero Academia and some of the girls there have cleavage, they will conclude that the girls are being hypersexualized. And even though, like, most of the characters look like adults, the fact that on the Wikipedia they say that they are 16 or 17, that means that they are children and it's being hypersexualized. And of course, they do not make the same comments about cartoons from the United States, like Teen Titans, where or X-Men, where Rouge used to have this tight leather skin suit, which was also hypersexualized, but like that's fine, right? No, that's perfectly fine. Steven Universe, if it ever has like a character that shows cleavage, that's fine. But the anime, for some reason, is held to a different standard. And especially people who watch anime have to be shamed. And it's the left version of gatekeeping, pretty much. Trying to prevent, anime fans from defending against the censorship by trying to make them ashamed of the hobby that they're in. So you have Ken Akamatsu, which is the first ever mangaka in Japanese parliament. Like, from what I understand, he was specifically elected because of his stance on free speech. And he has reiterated his stance on the threat of censorship to Japanese manga from international pressure. And again, take into account that the international pressure is due to multi-billion corporations like Walt Disney, which is suffering significant financial loss due to the fact that people choose to read manga rather than watch the cape shit that they are putting out. So in a recent interview, he said that you can tell from incidents like the last year case, where an international women's entity complained about an ad on the Nikkei, that we are in the age where pressure or restrictions of freedom of expression comes from overseas as well, so we must take measures in order to deal with this threat. Currently, there is only a very low possibility that national law restricting expression will be passed. However, if international agreements to that sort of effect are passed, then national law will have to change. Yeah, so like this is something that I suppose like Americans who happen to live in the nation which is the world hegemon don't really understand. Like for other nations like Japan, when you enter an international agreement, it doesn't really matter what people think. You need to change your law in order to fit that international agreement. However, I do not think like this is the way that manga is going to be censored. First off, Japan is courting ESG investment. That was, I believe, last week announced. And more importantly, we get to see that the streaming of anime in the West is being centralized more and more. I think like Crunchyroll is starting to hold a significant chunk of the market. And it's literally going to be like, you want to make money? Well, you gotta deal with the Chinese censors if you want to sell your product in China. And you have to deal with the American censors if you want to sell your product into America. And the American censors are going to be Crunchyroll, or whatever company manages to hold the vast chunk of the market. So apparently in recent years, illustrations using AI have seen a massive increase. Will there be any problems with freedom of expression or copyright? Regarding AI art, currently what is being discussed is the transparency of the data learned set. In order to create AI art, billions of existing art needs to be learned from, And there have been criticism that copyright holders have not given permission, making it illegal. However, having AI learn illustration is not illegal. Right, so basically, this is something that has occurred. A lot of people do not understand how AI functions, and they believe that, I guess, like, people will be able to make comic books using AI, and artists are going to be completely replaced. The reality is not like that, obviously. It's like photography replacing painting. You will always have the demand for actual painters. But still, people trying to fight against AI and trying to make it go away have sought various arguments, including the fact that, well, the way the AI learn uses works from people that do not give their consent. It's okay, well, you're just going to have AI that over time will be fed from a database of people that do give consent. And at the end of the day, you will still have the AI. So the AI is definitely here to stay. I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. But take into account that you cannot customize the AI to the degree that you can customize an actual artist. Which means that if you want to make manga, or if you want to make comic books, or if you want to make any type of animation, you will not be able to use the AI. You still need to hire people. So I do not view that the industry is ever going to change just because AI exists. It would be cool though. Like, a lot of artists are freaking out over it, but like, think about it. If you have like an actual, genuine, good concept, you can create your own comic book without being an amazing artist. Like you can get the AI to do most of the grunt work for you, and then you as an artist can improve that and make your own comic book, make your own assets for a video game. Like, it will open the doors for the public, for the general audience to be able to enter the industry. So like, there's different ways to looking at AI. But yeah, and the thing with the AI is that it's definitely going to fight against censorship, because it's a lot harder to control if everyone can do it rather than a couple of Japanese studios can do it. Now again, regarding the censorship of manga, I definitely think that it is not just possible, it's not a question of if, but when. And hopefully that by the time manga gets censored, we may actually have something else that's good. There's other countries that are making good entertainment. I do not have any hope for Hollywood. And honestly, it's time for Hollywood to, take a chill pill and allow someone else to take the torch. Right now is Japan with anime, but it can also be South Korea. They're making some really great movies. It can also be, certain countries from Europe that can produce entertainment. The Platform, for example, was created in Spain. So, yeah. But hopefully anime will still be here for a couple more years. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.